What's up guys, Kids or Kicks here and welcome back to another episode of this Southampton career mode. 2 games in today's episode, plus the opening of the transfer window, and we will also do a quick squad report at the end as well. But you can see it here, a huge blow to begin the episode. Our captain, Morgan Schneiderlin, taken matters into his own hands. The board have decided that they're going to accept offers for him. So we decided it was, we'd resigned to the fact that we were going to lose our captain at a critical stage in the season, but we thought we'd try and get as much money as possible for him. But we're going to begin the episode with a game at home to Arsenal. Recently played Arsenal, I think in the last or maybe even the episode before, at the Emirates in what was a really, really good game. We got a 2-2 draw thanks to a last-minute equaliser, but they gave us a real tough game. Even though they're down in the table, down in 11th place, we're obviously up there in second, 3 points behind Chelsea, looking to close that gap and really put the pressure on them. But here's the side. We've got Long up front, Draxler, Podolski, Video, Schneiderlin, Ramirez, Bertrand, Hoffman and Zuma, who are forming a decent partnership actually at the moment. Nathaniel Klein and Fraser Forster in the sticks. We're going to look at that Arsenal side. You can see in there Szczesny, Debussy, Mertesacker, Koscielny, Gibbs, William Carvalho, the former Saints man of course, Aaron Ramsey, Jack Wilshere, and then Jovetic, who scored with his first touch in the last game at the Emirates. He's got the nod today. He's going to be starting with Walcott and Sanchez. But we got off to a really good start. We played the ball down the right hand side. Video smacks it across, and Shane Long managed to get across the defender and across the keeper to put us ahead just after 3 minutes. A really clever finish does Szczesny with the eyes. He come out to block the cross, and Mertesacker and the other defenders couldn't cut it out, and we took a 1-goal lead. We nearly made it 2 with the 25 minutes gone, but Video's shot there actually went out for a throw-in. A really, really disappointing effort from his standards. But Arsenal began to put us under pressure just before the break. That effort from Theo Walcott was well saved. Unfortunately for us, they couldn't get their head on the rebound. It was surely going to be an equaliser if they did. But we had another chance to double our lead before the half ended. Shane Long forcing Szczesny into a really, really good one-handed save up to his right-hand side. Being behind, as you'd expect, Arsenal made a blistering start to the second half, putting us under pressure early doors, and very nearly coming level there. You saw that shot go wide. It's really weird, Arsenal, in this career mode. They seem to be really, really good, and they get some really, really good results, but they're down in 11th place. And you can see here, I don't know how many times he's going to do this season. That's probably the 6th or 7th. Lucas Podolski against his former club, the free kick master. This time just curling the ball around the wall. It wasn't the best wall, it did break and there was gaps, but finding its way accurately into the bottom corner. It wasn't a hit with too much power, but enough accuracy on the free kick to find its way into the bottom corner. But Arsenal still dominating, still putting us under pressure. You see here, Forster comes for the ball. He didn't get there. It was forced goalwards and cleared off the line. Don't think it was going in. It may have been going wide, but well defended nonetheless. With 5 minutes to go, they really continued to pile on the pressure, and Laurent Koscielny finished that effort like a true striker would. He found himself one-on-one with Fraser Forster. He'd pushed up to try and get them back into the game, and what a finish that is. So we had a couple of minutes to see the game out. We were with Video here, thought about going to the corner, but instead we cut back, turned our man, done a complete 360, went past a couple more, and then buried it. A fantastic finish. Didn't want to take the mickey too much with Video, but they just couldn't cope with his footwork. He's been one of the standout players this year, as I'm sure those of you that have watched the other episodes will know. But look at this. He goes past his man, skins another, past Mertesacker, who just didn't know what to do, and then somehow managed to squeeze the ball. Wasn't the best finish, but squeeze it under the goalkeeper to restore our 2-goal lead and give us all 3 points. William Carvalho had the chance to pull a goal back on his old stomping ground, but his effort flied wide, and that was the end of the game. You can see that man there stealing the show, and Morgan Schneiderlin, significant moment here as he claps the St Mary's faithful. And is that going to be for the last time as we negotiate his transfer away from the club? You can see here it is going to be his last time. Wolfsburg come back with a £20 million offer. We decided to accept that before the board took matters into their own hands, and he moved to Wolfsburg. So a big blow, losing one of our key players. Not through our choice, of course. He did state that he wanted to leave. You can see here offers coming in for Fraser Forster, not going to be accepted. But Leeds coming in for young Matt Targett here, who's unhappy with his wage demands. He's not getting first team action. Even though he's developing quite nicely, we decided to negotiate that for £1 million, but Leeds decided they weren't going to offer that. So he stayed with us. Second game and final game of this particular episode sees us travel to Watford. They caused us a lot of problems in the last game. If you remember, we were 2-2 for a while, and they pushed and we got a last minute winner thanks to Julian Draxler deep into stoppage time. Troy Deeney in particular causing us problems on that occasion. And he's in the starting 11, leading the line up front with Igalo on this occasion. But you can see here the Saints team. Gaston Ramirez comes in, and Julian Draxler is going to push out wide left. Victor Wanyama and Ramirez this time, the central midfield partnership, of course in the absence of Schneider. And we are going to look to replace him with some real quality, because he will be a big blow. But speaking of big blows, early on in this game, we weren't sure what play was stopped for there, but Ramirez suffered a bad knock there and couldn't continue. So we were forced into an early change, and Jordan Henderson came on and almost scored immediately. That effort from distance, just brushing the top of the net on its way over. We had another effort there, Gaston Ramirez coming close from distance. Couldn't really break the Watford defence down. We were having a few pot shots, not really causing them any major issues at all. But they, on the other hand, decided to push forward. A real good effort there from Troy Deeney on the turn, but well saved from Fraser Forster. Up the other end then, some good determination here from Julian Draxler. Manages to keep the ball in play just on the stroke of half-time. He tried to catch Rob Green out at his near post, but he wasn't having any of it, and he managed to tip it wide for a corner. But we did have one final opportunity before the half was to end. We had a free kick. Do I even need to tell you what's coming? Well, it could be something different this time, as Lucas Podolski's not in the pitch, but Gaston Ramirez steps up, shows that Podolski will not be missed. Again, it's not hit with a lot of venom, but it's just the accuracy that takes the ball into the bottom corner. I'm so glad that we've started to be clinical from these free kicks. It was some way out. You would expect Rob Green to do a lot better with that. He may have saw it late, having come round the wall, but he's really got to get across there. He's got plenty of time to see it still and palm it around the post, but he couldn't do so. Watford have just enough time to kick off before the half-time whistle blows. So moving into the second half then, we look to double our advantage. Gaston Ramirez played Shane Long through, but this time Green redeems himself a little bit and pulls off an absolutely fantastic save. But it wasn't all one-way traffic. 20 minutes left now. Watford on the attack. You can see here Igalo with the effort, and what a strike it was, beating Fraser Forster with sheer power. The ball clips the inside of the post, I think, before hitting the back of the net. And Watford got themselves level with not long remaining, just 10 minutes to go now. Alvaro Vadia looking to put us back in front, and another fantastic save from Rob Green. It kind of hit him in the face before going over. I'm not sure what Gaston Ramirez is up to here. He's celebrating like we've won the game. He's actually being substituted, so we'll have to have words with him about that, the idiot. But he's going off, as is Shane Long. On comes Greaves Callahan as we look to break through this tough Watford defence, and Jordan Henderson coming on again as well. But we did have a chance, 2 minutes to go, surely a goal. Gaston Ramirez, I think, no, it wasn't Gaston Ramirez. I'm not sure who it was actually, we'll have to go back and have a look, but it must have been a certain goal. But Rob Green has pulled off a fantastic stop to grab Watford a point from this game. So we were really disappointed that we couldn't get the win that we needed from that game. When you're up there, you've got to be winning games like that, and we failed to do so. So definitely 2 points dropped. You can see here more offers coming in for last year's top scorer Shane Long. Again, one of his former clubs interested in bringing him back, but we're still not going to let him go. We don't think we could find a replacement as good as him for 8.5 million. But as we move into transfer deadline day, I thought we'd have a quick squad report. I'm going to go through it very, very quickly, just so you can see some of the growth of these players. Of course, if you want to see any of the players in particular in more detail, your best option is to just pause the video and have a quick look at their growth. Some real standout players in there. Bellerin and Zuma growing particularly nicely, as well as some of the other players as well, continuing to grow despite their age, some of them. It's good to know that, unlike previous FIFAs, when a player hits 30, their stats just don't rapidly start to decline. You can see there Ramirez playing well. He's been a very good addition to this squad. But the priorities now for us is to keep that pressure up on the leaders, Chelsea. I stupidly didn't have another look at the league table, so I'm going to put a speech bubble up on the video now for you to have a look at, so you can see how we're doing in that title running. But the priority now is to replace Morgan Schneiderlin, the captain, and really find a world-class central midfielder. So if you guys have got any suggestions for me with that money, you saw we raised, I think about 16 million went into the transfer budget. So if you guys have got any suggestions, please leave them in the comments below, and we'll do our best to bring them in. But I hope you enjoyed this episode, guys. That is going to bring it to a close just as we go through the final few players on the squad report. We will be looking to move a few of these players on to raise some funds. Not quite sure who yet. Gaston Ramirez is on the transfer list, but he's been playing well. But thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you follow me on Twitter and Twitch, and we will see you again in the next episode.